your vehicle is leaking oil, and then you crawl under and find that the oil is coming from the front of the crankshaft here, then today's your lucky day, because I'm going to show you how to replace a crankshaft seal on your engine. Now, crankshaft seal itself doesn't cost much. This one's less than 20 bucks. But you got to take a lot of stuff apart to get it out. Now, since the crankshaft pulley drives all of the fan belts here, you got to take all the fan belts off first. Now, on this Toyota, it's pretty easy. You loosen the bolt here, and then you loosen this bolt here, and the whole pulley slides up, and you can get this belt off. You just pull on your wrench, and the front gets loose. Then you just hand loosen this one, and then the fan belt just slips right off. And off it comes. Now, in this Toyota, the fan blade is in the way of the crank pulley, so we have to take that off. Clamp a vice grip pliers onto the pulley of the water pump, then put a 12mm wrench on the bolts and pull real hard. Then you can loosen them up. Otherwise, the pulley will just keep spinning and you can't get the bolts off. Then you can pull the fan blade out of the way. Just try to be a little more careful than me and don't rip holes in your arms. And now comes the tricky part. Get a giant cheater bar and a socket that fits on the bolt that goes in the crankshaft pulley. Stick it down here on the bottom of the crankshaft and wedge the top against the metal on the frame of the vehicle. Then you just want to turn the key in the ignition really fast so the engine spins a little and breaks the bolt loose. Like this. And now you can just grab the socket and unscrew the bolt by hand. And out it comes. Now, you could use an impact wrench to get that crank bolt off, but then you'd have to have an impact wrench, a compressor, and you'd have to pull the radiator out of the car to get enough room. So this method works pretty good. That is, if you have an engine that spins clockwise. If it spins counterclockwise, you can't do it. You'll have to get an impact wrench. Then you can get a pry bar and pry the pulley off. And here's the crank pulley. We've got the new seal, and we see it slides right on, so it's the right size. Now, getting the old seal out can be a stinker, so I always use my seal puller tool. It fits in like this and pops it right out. You just slide it inside the seal like this and tug on it until it comes out. Now, this old seal is 17 years old, and it's all cracked inside. That's why it's leaking. We'll just put a new one in. Now, there is a trick to getting the seal in on the engine. You need a big socket like this that will fit over the seal so you can tap it in place. As you can see, you can put the socket over it and hammer it in place. Now, before you put the crankshaft pulley back on, get a little clean oil and rub it on the inside so the shaft here has a nice bit of lubrication so the seal doesn't run dry. Then you just slide the pulley back on and put the crankshaft bolt back in and tighten it up. Make sure you get it on good and tight. And then, of course, put the fan and the fan belts back on. Bolt them on nice and tight too. Then start her up. And voila, no more oil dripping from the bottom of the engine. So the next time your engine starts dripping oil from a leaking crankshaft seal, why not fix it yourself? Remember, if you have any car questions, just visit the Scotty Kilmer channel.